Okay, here we go. Welcome back to the YouTube for another episode. We could call this the Christmas special episode because we're going to be talking everything about navigating Christmas, what to do, how to get through without it being a complete wipeout in terms of your progress, maybe everything you've worked towards up towards December, or just making sure you don't come into the new year an absolute mess, needing to do everything different, having gained stupid weight over the Christmas period. As ever though, before we get into any of that, I am Jake from Jake Me's Coaching. I'll put my handle as usual somewhere around here that you can see it. Go and check out the Instagram page if you want some really short, quick fire daily videos of just top training tips, nutrition tips, everything like that. The goal here as ever is to cut through all the fitness and nutrition overcomplications, guff, BS that you just don't need to be paying any attention to, that's just wasting your time, keeping you stuck, making you confused, and meaning that you're not getting the results that you want to be getting. So through the channel, we're going to be cutting through all of that, topic by topic, video by video, making sure you've got exactly what you need to actually start putting into practice, to get some results, to feel better, and to actually know what works for your body. And as ever, if you haven't yet and you do like this channel, you do even get even if you just get one little nugget from the video, one little thing that you think, yeah, that was pretty useful, even if you just get that, go and hit like on the video, subscribe to the channel. It does me a massive, massive favor and lets me know that what I'm putting out is actually useful for you and you're actually getting something from it. Okay, so Christmas. At the time of recording this, it is the 7th of December. It's about 10 o'clock in the morning. I am in an extremely cold little spare room recording this, but the reason I'm doing this now is to get ahead of all the Christmas parties, the Christmas meals out, the occasions, the pressures, everything like that. Because if it's not handled correctly, it can be an absolute nightmare when it comes to your own body composition, your progress, maintaining maybe where you've got to over the last few months. And around this time of year, you tend to get loads of online coaches or fitness professionals sending out Christmas recipe books or how to drink around Christmas or Christmas training sessions, everything like that. Stuff that, in all honesty, is completely useless for you. You don't need that. You don't need to be told seasonal meals to eat. You don't need to know that. All you need to know is what to do with your food around Christmas, what to do with your calories and your nutrition to help make sure that you're not going to go backwards. Because that's the problem, right? You've got social occasions, you've got big Christmas parties, you've got celebrations, heroes, roses, quality streets all lying about the house, temptations everywhere. You're getting offers to go to the German markets, to go to the Christmas markets, to have a drink, have a pretzel, have a hot chocolate, whatever it is. All I'm going to give you is a few really, really simple, easy tips for what you actually do. And they literally are, in my opinion, the only thing you need to do around this time of year to make sure that you're just basically doing some damage limitation and you're not coming into January an absolute mess. So the first one, the biggest one, is your calories. You want to make sure that you are controlling your calories through this time of year. And that doesn't mean you need to track when you go to Christmas parties, you need to track what you're eating, what you're drinking. But in the days leading up to Christmas through December, what I do advise my clients to do, to at the very least maintain their current body composition, is drop their daily calories. If they're at either maintenance calories or more, I'll get them to drop them by 10 to 20%. If they're already in a calorie deficit, then they'll stay where they're at, because doing this is going to build up a little bit of a calorie buffer. You're going to bank some calories ahead for whatever occasions are coming up at the weekend. So let's say, for example, that your maintenance calories is 2,000 calories a day. You know, if you eat around 2,000 calories a day, your body weight is going to stay around the same sort of place. If you drop that by 10 to 20%, you're dropping 200 to 400 calories a day. Let's say you did that on a Monday and you had your Christmas work party, whatever it is, on the Friday. You can then have 4 days of dropping 200 to 400 calories. Let's say it's 300 calories on average. 4 to 5 days of doing that. By the time you get to your Christmas party, you've got an extra 12 to 1500 calories that you know you've got banked ahead that you can put towards a social occasion. So if you're having something like a slimline gin and tonic, which is something like 75 calories, you know that you could have 10 of those and you're only even halfway through your calories. So this is honestly just the number one and pretty much only tip that you need for December. For every single day there isn't a social occasion or going to a Christmas market or a Christmas party or an off-plan meal, drop your calories into a 10 to 20% deficit. It's as simple as that. You could spend hours on this trying to think of different tips, different little tricks to try and make it easier or navigate certain things. But at the end of the day, that is pretty much all you need to do to get through Christmas, enjoy it, not feel like you've restricted, and not do any sort of damage. And when it comes to Christmas Day itself, do not track it. Like, just enjoy. If you want to track it, fine, knock yourself out, have a great time. But you do not need to track it. Just go and enjoy yourself. It's one day a year. Just relax, have a good time, make the most of it. And that is all you need to do for Christmas. It's as simple as that. Now, when it comes into January and we talk about a New Year diet, I wanted to cover what the one biggest problem was that most people make with their January diets. In fact, it's the reason why most January diets fail. And it is literally because you do too much. And that is it. You've spent Christmas not watching what you eat. You've been overindulging, you've been drinking too much. You sat there Boxing Day on the couch with an empty tub of Quality Street next to you with chocolate down your top. You're watching another rerun of a Christmas film on BBC that you've probably already seen 4 times in December. And you decide in January, everything's going to change. I'm going to get to the gym. I'm going to start running. I'm going to watch what I eat. I'm going to cut out carbs. And you do it all. Like, come January time, you cut carbs out your diet. You start going to the gym. You're running every day. It just doesn't last. It's too much of a change. You're going from one extreme to the absolute other. You're never going to be able to maintain it with the best will in the world. You're not. So then you've got to ask yourself, okay, well, what's the options here? You either try this January Blitz diet again that you've been doing and you lose 4 kilos in January, and then by the time February comes around, you're absolutely shattered, you're not enjoying it, you're waiting for it to end, and you sack it off altogether. Or you take a different approach, you start much slower in January, you gradually build things up, and then by the end of January, yeah, maybe you've only lost 2 kilos, but then it's easy enough that you can do it again in February and you lose another 2, and then March another 2, April, May, June, July, and by the time you come to your summer holiday, you're now 10 to 12 kilos down instead of the 4 kilos that you lost in January and then sacked it off. And that's literally it. Walking more, drinking more water, and maybe cutting a bit of the crap out your diet. You don't have to track your calories, you don't have to make sure every meal is perfect, but just cut down on the crap, the snacks between meals, the chocolate, the crisps, everything like that. Drink more water and start doing more steps. Do that for a few weeks, hit those targets, and once that becomes routine, once that becomes easy, move on to the next thing. Make it a bit harder. Yes, introduce the gym along the way, but literally 3 days a week is all you're going to need to do for the majority of the time that you're training to build some decent muscle tissue, to get stronger, to improve your confidence, to feel healthier, to get fitter, and to help you lose body fat. 3 days a week in the gym. That is all you need to be doing. You do not need to be there every day. You're going to burn yourself out. And that's literally it. That's how you can navigate Christmas and that's how you can start January in the best possible way. You're going to smash December out of the park. You're going to enjoy Christmas, be able to relax and have fun without doing any damage. And then come January, you're going to be straight back on it in a very sustainable and enjoyable way that by the time you come to your summer holiday, you're going to be in the best shape that you've ever been in. And that is all you need to know for Christmas and New Year. No nonsense, no overcomplications. It might almost seem too simple, but trust me, if you do it, it's going to work so well, and you're going to come back to me saying, I didn't realize it was that easy, and I was only a few simple steps away from making that much progress at a time of year where everything normally goes to plan. So as ever, if you like these videos, if you found it useful, please hit like on the video, subscribe to the channel, share it with a mate who you know every single January starts to absolutely blitz it in the gym, and then come February falls completely off. Send them this video, give them a new perspective, give them an opportunity to do a little bit better next year. It could be the best present that you give this Christmas. Probably not, to be honest. Probably getting ahead of myself a little bit there, but you know, never know. Apart from that, we'll leave it there, and I will see you next week for the next episode.